Welcome back to another episode of SNEED-CAST Industry Update. You know, our series that keeps you updated with our ever-changing industry. For those of you that have been watching the series for a while now, you know how this goes, but for those of you that are new, welcome. We'll be covering the latest in manufacturing, packaging, coding, sustainability, and much more. I'm your host, Alexa, and today we'll be discussing topics ranging from the benefits of transitioning to a new 2D barcode format, to manure conversion putting a strain on communities, to one of the largest COVID-19 food fraud schemes being busted, and finally to retail giant private labels reshaping consumer spending habits. So, starting off, the GS1 digital link 2D codes represent a transformative step forward in the evolving landscape of product identification and traceability. The transition from traditional 1D UPC barcodes to 2D barcode formats marks a significant shift aimed at enhancing supply chain efficiencies, product traceability, and consumer engagement. This change, set to be fully embraced by January of 2027, is driven by the need for more detailed, accessible product information from farm to fork. The GS1 Digital Link 2D code significantly upgraded the data capacity of barcodes, moving from simple 14-number GTINs to sophisticated 2D barcodes capable of embedding extensive production and product data. These new 2D barcodes facilitate dynamic content access such as URLs, nutrition tables, recall warnings, and promotional offers. Moreover, this transition is supported by the widespread update of POS scanners, with 80% already upgraded to read these new codes. Dynamic pricing, waste reduction, and enhanced product recall efficiency will benefit fresh food producers and retailers. While the benefits are compelling, the shift to GS1 Digital Link 2D codes does come with challenges. Managing the content embedded in these barcodes, especially dynamic, serialized, and hot data, requires robust data management systems and compatibility with existing production lines. Companies must address the need for inline printing technology capable of handling dynamic data, which may necessitate upgrading to continuous inkjet such as CIJ, thermal inkjet such as TIJ, and laser printing or other advanced technologies. Pre-printed labels might offer a simpler alternative for static data requirements. The adoption of 2D codes introduces profound implications for various industry sectors. For many incredibly fresh food producers, these codes support the FDA's food traceability final rule, enabling comprehensive traceability across the supply chain. Dynamic codes also reduce waste by providing real-time stock level insights and supporting timely product recalls. For manufacturers, they open new avenues for consumer engagement through personalized marketing and more comprehensive product information, enhancing brand loyalty and customer satisfaction. The packaging design sector, too, gains flexibility, allowing for more creative and market-responsive packaging solutions. Moving on, the conversion of manure to fuel through the use of methane digesters is emerging as a significant climate solution. In California, the leading dairy-producing state in the U.S., methane digesters are gaining attention for their potential to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. However, while this technology offers substantial environmental benefits, it also poses significant challenges and health risks for nearby communities. Methane digesters operate by capturing methane from manure lagoons, converting it into a biogas that can power vehicles or generate electricity. In recent years, the adoption of these digesters has accelerated, supported by federal funding initiatives such as the Inflation Reduction Act. As a result, around 120 digesters are currently operational in California, with approximately 100 more in development. Significant methane reductions have been recorded. In 2022 alone, manure-based digesters mitigated over 10 million metric tons of carbon dioxide, equivalent to the annual emission of over 2 million passenger vehicles. Despite the environmental promise of these digesters, there are notable issues. Environmental justice organizations have raised concerns about increased pollution, particularly affecting low-income Latino communities living near large dairyers. Residents report adverse health effects, including respiratory issues and fatigue, potentially exacerbated by emissions such as ammonia. A 2017 study by the University of Wisconsin noted that digesters could increase ammonia emissions by up to 81%. Although California air regulators argue that these findings may not apply universally due to differing local conditions. Ongoing research aims to clarify the impact of digesters on local air quality. The use of methane digesters presents a double-edged sword. On one hand, they are a vital tool in California's strategy to meet climate goals and reduce reliance on fossil fuels. The Environmental Protection Agency, also known as the EPA, and the U.S. Department of Agriculture, also known as our USDA, support this view, highlighting the substantial greenhouse gas emissions reductions attributed to these systems. On the other hand, the social and health impacts on nearby communities cannot be overlooked. Effective solutions will require balancing environmental benefits with health and well-being of affected populations. Enhanced regulatory frameworks and continued technological advancements will be crucial in ensuring methanogenesis is a sustainable and community-friendly approach to climate action. Moving on, the recent conviction of 5 individuals in Minnesota has cast a spotlight on one of the largest COVID-19 related fraud schemes in the United States. This case involves a $40 million scheme to defraud a federal program established to feed children during the pandemic. The defendants took advantage of relaxed rules meant to facilitate aid, ultimately siphoning off funds that were supposed to support low-income families and vulnerable communities hit hardest by the pandemic's economic fallout. The fraud scheme revolved around the misuse of funds provided by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which were funneled through nonprofit organizations to distribute meals to children who were out of school and in need of daily nutrition. In total, around $250 million was illicitly obtained, with the funds diverted to luxury expenses such as cars, jewelry, and high-end properties. Federal prosecutors managed to recover only $50 million, leaving a significant portion for the stolen funds unaccounted for. The jury convicted 5 individuals on multiple counts, including conspiracy, wire fraud, money laundering, and federal program bribery. Assistant U.S. Attorney Joe Thompson emphasized, "They lied and they fraudulently claimed to be feeding millions of meals to children in Minnesota during COVID, preying on a system designed to help those in dire need." One of the major challenges in this case was an attempted juror bribery, which led to the dismissal of 2 jurors. The FBI continues to investigate the serious breach, which Thompson described as an attack on our criminal justice system. This incident added another layer of complexity to the trial, demonstrating the lengths to which the defendants would go to obstruct justice. Furthermore, the defense attorneys argued that the federal investigators did not thoroughly verify whether the defendants genuinely provided meals, a point of contention that highlighted the complexities of prosecuting fraud cases involving large sums and multiple defendants. This assertion by the defense brought into question the methods and thoroughness of the investigation, suggesting gaps that might have been exploited by the fraudulent actors. The exposure and subsequent prosecution of this fraudulent scheme underlined the need for stringent oversight on federal aid programs, especially during emergencies such as the COVID-19 pandemic. An Associated Press analysis revealed that over $280 billion in federal COVID-19 relief was potentially stolen by fraudsters nationwide. This case's outcome, including the conviction of 5 key perpetrators, serves as a deterrent and a wake-up call to reassess and tighten program guidelines to prevent future abuses. Enhanced regulatory frameworks and more vigilant monitoring will be necessary to protect public funds and ensure they reach the intended beneficiaries. This case also serves as a reminder that while expedited aid is crucial during crisis, there must be a balance between speed and the implementation of robust safeguards to prevent such large-scale fraud. We made it to our final story. The growing trend of private label brands among major retailers such as Walmart, CVS, and Gopuff is reshaping the landscape of consumer shopping habits. Historically seen as budget-friendly alternatives to national brands, private labels are now evolving with modern, appealing packaging and unique product offerings to attract a broader demographic, including Gen Z consumers. This transformation is evident in the strategic initiatives undertaken by these retail giants to revamp and expand their private label lines. Walmart's launch of the Better Goods brand in April marks one of the most significant updates in its private label portfolio in decades. With over 300 items ranging from frozen foods to beverages, Walmart's Better Goods aims to provide an elevated culinary experience at affordable prices. The branding features bold colors and minimal graphics, ensuring clarity and simplicity. Unlike many private brands that provide direct alternatives to national branding offerings at a lower price, many Better Good items are totally unique to Walmart, the retailer stated, setting it apart from traditional approaches. Similarly, CVS's introduction of the Well Market line highlights a shift towards more engaging and functional packaging. With an approachable cursive logo and emphasis on nutritional information, the design appeals to value-conscious consumers and busy customers looking for health-focused options in a convenient format. One of the primary challenges in the private label domain involves balancing cost-effectiveness with quality and sustainability. Gen Z consumers who increasingly favor private labels are driven by their environmental values and concerns for sustainability. In response, new players like grocery delivery company Gopuff are expanding their basically premium brands to offer high quality and sustainable products. Items such as gluten-free beef sticks and aluminum bottled spring water cater to current consumer preferences. The shift in private label strategy has a notable impact on consumer behavior. According to a survey by the Private Label Manufacturers Association, 64% of Gen Z shoppers frequently buy private label products, with 51% selecting their shopping destinations based on these offerings. This trend underscores the importance of private labels in today's retail environment. With the consistent upgrading of private label offerings, retailers are not only capturing the interests of younger demographics, but also challenging the dominance of national brands. This evolution in the private label market could herald a new era of consumer choice driven by quality, affordability, and sustainability. This episode of SNEED-CAST is brought to you by our SNEED-Jet Titan 22 dual-head inkjet coder. Featuring a user-friendly 7-inch touchscreen, this printer efficiently controls 2 half-inch tall print heads. The SNEED-Jet 22 inkjet coder excels in marking on porous, semi-porous, and non-porous substrates, making it a versatile choice. Ideal for dual-side marking on products, cases, boxes, and more, this printer allows for programming of 1 to 8 lines of text per print head. Moreover, it offers a range of color options including black, white, yellow, blue, green, red, and UV, enabling each print head to print with a different Like always, stay tuned for our next episode of SNEED-CAST Industry Update, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below to stay up to date with all of our great content. Also, let us know what topics you'd like to see us talk about here on the show. We look forward to hearing from you all. Bye, everyone.